Hi, and thank you for listening. This is Andrea, and I am glad that you have joined me. Um, First of all, let me get a couple things out of the way. If you're looking for me, you can find me at sherryspeaks.com. You can also find me on Facebook. Um, you can either search for me by searching Sherry Andrea, or you can do facebook.com/I am dot Sherry Andrea. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm actually not on social media that much, but I do try to respond to messages I get on social media. But I'm most responsive if you go to my website and contact me on the Contact Me page, which sends me an email. Um, and I'll be most quickly responsive there. I haven't been doing a lot of videos in the past couple of years, so please bear with me as I attempt to get back into the swing of things. Um, okay, so here's the thing. On my website, you can find lots of different things, lots of information on metaphysics, spirituality, empathy, law of attraction. You can also get attunements. I have a little bit under 90 attunements on the website. Um, and they're in course format. So, literally you can do the attunements when you want to. I also have the Reiki certificate creator, which is awesome. So, whether you need a certificate for yourself or you're a Reiki teacher and you need to create one inexpensively for your student, where it's not only inexpensive, but it's a beautiful certificate. And also, I recently added to it that you can add your logo. You can upload your own logo to it. So that's basically what I want to let you know. And to just bear with me because I haven't been doing a lot of videos in the last couple of years. So I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. Okay, so I also on my website have this course. And in the description, I put a link to this course. This is a course for opening your third eye and developing your psychic abilities. And I've had many people take the course. I've had many people successfully do it in various time spans. Okay, even though I did it in 30 days, I've had people do it in various amounts of time. I had some people do it in a couple of months. I've had some people that accomplished it what I did in 3 months. It just depends on your lifestyle and what you're able to do, the work you're able to put in. So generally in 30 days, you could accomplish this. However, I kind of feel like you should be easy on yourself. If it takes 3 months, it takes 3 months. 3 months is nothing, no big deal. For something that you're going to have that's going to help you the rest of your life, 3 months is nothing. Okay, so this video, though, what I'm going to tell you in this video is something, it's kind of in the course and it's kind of not. This video is to speak specifically about the various ways to open up your third eye, because there's many different ways to do that. Okay, now in the course, I lead you to doing it the safest way. However, I'm getting ready to share a little secret with you. I'm getting ready to share with you what I actually used. That's kind of like, I consider it to be more forcing the third eye open. So I got to do the disclaimer here. Anyone who's going to do this, if you do not follow my instructions, if you do not heed my warnings, do not email me. Do not email me and say, oh, well, if you said do this for 3 days, I thought doing it an hour a day for 10 days would be that much better and get me what I want that much quicker. No, no, no. Do not email me if you've done this. I'm warning you. I always warn people about overstimulating chakras and what it can lead to. If you do not want to sleep for a few weeks, if you want to have vivid dreams that have you waking up and unable to sleep, if you want to not be able to close your eyes without seeing bright flashing lights, then go ahead and overdo it. But I'm warning you, do not overdo it. Do not do more than what I tell you to do, or else you will be sorry. Now, I'm saying this because many people have been sorry because they overdid it. I do not care. Don't email me and tell me, well, I just figured if you said do this for a few minutes, 3 days in a row, I just figured, it would be better, even better if I did it 10 days, an hour each day. Do not email me and tell me that. I'm not going to respond to you because I've warned you. And if you choose to purposely ignore me and then call me when you have a problem, no, I'm not going to respond to you. You've been warned. This is something to take very seriously. If you do not heed my warning, you're on your own, and no one will be able to help you undo the damage you did, and you will just have to wait however long it takes for your chakra to heal itself. And in the meantime, not get very much sleep. Okay, so I did my disclaimer. I think I did it good. Because I'm always like, I do disclaimers and people still do these things anyway. So I'm like, I got to do a good disclaimer. I got to really get my point across. So hopefully I did. Okay. Okay. So now I'm getting ready to let you know how I open my third eye. I use a technique that is likened to forcing your third eye open. It's almost like when you use this method, like at the 30 days mark, what happened was it literally like kind of just, it opened fully. Like literally, there's no mistaking it. There was no, I think it's open. I'm not sure. No, there was no mistaking it. It was fully open, and my ability was manifesting fully. Now, what ability? Well, for me, it was empathy, because at the time that just was my strongest ability. Empathy and clairsentience are my strongest abilities. So often, what you will find opening fully is whatever your strongest ability is. It may be clairvoyance, it may be clairaudience, but whatever your strongest ability is, that is what you're going to find really opening up for you after I'll say approximately 30 days. It was exactly 30 days for me, but I'll say approximately 30 days because we have to leave a little leeway for saying, well, maybe you may not do it exactly how I did it. But if you do, it should be like 30 days. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to describe to you what I did, and hopefully you'll be able to follow this. Okay, first of all, you're going to chant a mantra, and it's a Toth mantra, Toth. And when you chant it, it sounds like toe, TOE when you chant it. So that's like when you chant this mantra, when you say it, you're basically going to be saying toe, TOE. It's really tough, but because of the placement of your tongue, it's more like it comes out sounding like toe. So, and that's what we use. Okay. So here's the thing. Your mouth is going, I should say your teeth are going to be, is going to be slightly open. Slight space between your teeth. So don't have your teeth clenched. Slight opening. The tongue, your tongue is going to be up to the roof of your mouth. Your tongue is going to be, the tip of your tongue is going to be slightly coming out where your teeth are parted. So it's not going to be back. It's going to be a little bit more forward. It's not going to be sticking out of your mouth or anything. Your tongue is going to be right, the tip of your tongue is going to be right where your teeth are parting and up at the roof of your mouth. Okay, if you do that right now and you try to say toe, it's going to come out like, and I'm going to do it right now so you can hear how it sounds. Toe. Okay, it's like toe. It's like, so with the tongue placement where it should be, it's going to sound like toe. Okay, now the pitch that I'm doing it at, though, ignore that because that's not the pitch you need to do it at. Okay, once you get the placement right and you do the chant, now you have to adjust the pitch higher and higher and higher until you feel it in your head. You need to feel the vibration of what you're chanting in your head. And literally, if you keep going higher and higher in pitch, you're eventually going to get to that point where you're like, oh, okay, I feel my head vibrating from it. That's where you need to be. Once you get there, okay, this is what I mean. I'm going to do it for you. Ho, ho, ho. Right there. Okay, I felt it. Ho. Okay, I felt the vibration. Okay, now once I feel it, now that I got it, now I need to do it not repeatedly, but I need to do it at least 3 times really good. Nice, long, stretched out. Ooh. Now remember, when you do it, don't just make the sound I'm making. What you're doing is you're trying to chant toe. Don't just try to mimic my sound. Try to do it as though you're trying to chant the word toe. Do it nice and long and drawn out and do it about 3 times. You should, and you should be doing this where you feel the vibration in your head or in your face or in your third eye area, but definitely in your head. Do it about 3 times really nice and long. You're going to be, I know, you're going to be tempted to overdo it. But trust me, it's not worth it. Because I will tell you, if you overdo it and end up damaging your chakra, guess what? You're going to have 6 months or more of just not being able to do anything and of just waiting for it to heal. And it's not worth it. Where you could get to in 30 days, you won't be able to. You'll just be sitting it out, waiting 6 months for that chakra to heal, for you to be able to do it, try to do it successfully and the right way again. Don't be tempted to do more. because believe me, it's not worth it. And you really, I haven't known too many people to use this method where it did not work for them, where after about 30 days, they didn't see the result of it. Okay, here's the thing. You do that, just like I said, but only for 3 days in a row. Here's the thing. After the third day, you will need to do chakra work on all your chakras from root to crown every day. And when you get to your third eye, what you will be chanting instead is May, M-A-Y. So tongue placement, pretty much the same, but instead you're going to be chanting May. Okay, just to let you know, even if you don't do the tongue placement at this point and you just chant May, drawn out, and you chant it at the right pitch so you feel it in your head, it will still work. Because often when I chant the May chant, I do not do the tongue placement, only because I'm trying not to overdo it. So, but you need to do that for the rest of the 30 days. Um, okay, so, but like I said, you have to do every day chakra work, root to crown. And when I say chakra work, I mean when you go to work on the chakra, I know that some of you have trouble with visualization, but that doesn't mean take longer because you're having trouble visualizing it. No, your intention will get it done. Try not to spend more than, like a minute, 2 minutes at the most on each chakra, because keep in mind, you're doing it every day. You don't need that much time spent on every chakra. You're trying to do it, you're doing it every day so that you will end up making sure that all your other chakras are open, balanced, and healthy. Um so you don't need to overdo it. And a lot of people, that's the mistake they make, is they overdo it in the amount of time they're doing it for. Um, so they'll spend like 5-10 minutes on a chakra, and that's way too much time. That is only okay if you're doing chakra work once a month. If you're doing it once a month and then you're spending a decent amount of time per chakra, that's okay. But when we're talking about doing it every day, because we're at the beginning stages of this where we're just trying to open up your psychic abilities, and we're doing this chakra work every day, you got to be careful. You're doing it every day. You have to adjust the amount of time. You can't do it for very long because you're doing it daily. Keep that in mind. That is very important. So I just gave you the way that I use to open up not only my third eye, but also all my other chakras as well. Because, initially my empathy opened up fully. Like when I say fully, I mean it took about a month for it to balance out and calm down to a level that I could deal with. Because at first, when it opened up, I mean, anyone that was anywhere near me, I could feel everything that was going on with them, both physically and emotionally. So then it took about 30 days for it to calm down and tone down to a level that was more normal. Um, and then after that, I want to say a few months after that, my clairsentience, just without, with me just doing my daily chakra work, just like I told you about, my clairsentience opened up. And, you know, um, then I want to say the next thing was my clairaudience. My clairvoyance, my clairvoyance and clairaudience was last, but my clairaudience was next, and then my clairvoyance. Only because I kind of had a hard time understanding the whole what am I supposed to be seeing? How am I supposed to be seeing it? So, but that's what I wanted to share with you. Okay. Now, I said different ways, to open up your third eye. Okay. I just gave you the way that is the forceful way. That is the way that most people would want to know about, the magical way. How did you do it? Okay. I just gave that to you. Um, Now, for those of you wanting a safe way, if you would rather do a safe way to open up your third eye, I would say this: chakra work daily. Don't do the method I just told you about, but do chakra work daily, foot to crown. I know I said root to crown before, I think, but really I usually do foot to crown. You can do root to crown if you want to. I do foot to crown because the foot chakra is the last place the energy passes through before it leaves your body. So I consider it to be important. So, but foot to crown chakra work daily, just like I previously described. It will still, it might take you 30 days to get to the point where you're really ready to start practicing using your abilities to bring them more to the surface. But this is the safer, slower way of doing it. Still, what you're looking at is in the amount of time, you're still probably looking at no more than 3 months before you've not only opened up, but you can be doing practice readings for people, or using it to help your own self, communicating with your higher self or communicating with your guides. Um, Mediumship is something different. So, for those of you who are listening to my video because you've had a loved one that's passed on, and this is your reason why you want to open up to psychic abilities, that's a whole nother thing. Mediumship is an ability in itself. It's like this. This is how I like in mediumship. Okay. You know how you can go to college and you can get a bachelor's degree after 4 years. But if you want to be a doctor, you got to then go to medical school. Okay. Well, I like you waking up to psychic abilities, you learn to maybe give readings, but then maybe you also have a desire to be a medium. So then you continue on with your practice by practicing developing that ability. So your mediumship would be like into going to medical school. After 4 years, then you're ready to go to mediumship school. So you have to understand, don't try to combine everything. A lot of people make the mistake of doing that. I've heard so many people say, my loved one passed away. I want to communicate with them. I want to talk with them. This is more than just opening up to your psychic abilities. This is one, opening up to your psychic abilities, and then two, developing the ability of mediumship. It takes years to practice, to develop, to be a medium to where you're ready to communicate with spirits on the other side. What I say is, don't do that. Because if you have a desire to develop mediumship abilities because you had a loved one that passed on, I say that really what you need to work on, and the lesson you're being presented with, is that you need to work on closure and letting go. Now, you don't have to listen to me. I'm just saying, consider it. Now, here's the thing. There's another way that I'm going to tell you that you can open up your third eye and awaken your abilities. And it's basically just a simple, natural way. Is just by simply practicing using abilities. Now, it's more difficult, true. A lot of people that do it this way find it difficult, they find it frustrating. I can give you some examples. Maybe the person who is considers themselves to be religious. Maybe they go to church a couple times a week. They have a real strong, their faith is really, really strong. They feel like God talks to them, Spirit talks to them, Jesus talks to them. They're developing their ability in a different way. They're practicing it. But maybe they're able to develop it because they have really strong faith and belief in something. This is the other way you can develop it. It's just by practicing it. But to do it this way, you do have to develop trust. You literally have to develop trust in believing in what you can do and believing in the possibilities of what you can do. And that's what kind of makes it hard. It's like me asking you to believe that you can move things with your mind. You might have a hard time believing that because you've never done it before. So it would take a lot of faith and belief for you to get to that point where you can believe in that and develop it because you believe in it. So that is the last way that you can develop abilities. And I call those abilities spiritual abilities. In a way that is, even though I did open my third eye, I then shortly after stepped away from working on metaphysics because I was guided to. And I was guided to instead focus on spirituality and spiritual development. And I was guided to doing one simple thing is communicating with and hearing God through my heart chakra, through my heart. And I literally did that every day. I talk to God, openly. I do it at home. I do it in my car. And I remember the day I was actually in my car when I finally felt a response through my heart chakra. I was amazed because people had questioned me. They had thought, it was almost like they thought I was crazy. Like, why are you not working on metaphysics anymore? And they tried to talk me out of it. But the guidance I was getting was so strong that no, I couldn't be talked out of it. I told them, I said, I really can't explain it to you, but I'm getting this guidance. I'm being told to, for right now, drop metaphysics, drop trying to practice metaphysics and focus on this one thing, which is trying to communicate with God through my heart chakra. Literally, that led to me developing abilities that were at such a strong and higher impactful level that then when I had went back around those same people that had tried to talk me out of it, and they witnessed my abilities at that time, they actually accused me of having lied to them all along. They actually accused me of originally lying to them that I was a novice when I was really experienced with psychic abilities. Now, that wasn't true. But what were they going to think? You come back and 6 months later with kick-ass abilities? They couldn't fathom it. But that's not surprising. A lot of people have told miraculous stories, near-death experience stories that are so miraculous, so almost unbelievable. And often people don't want to believe them. People never want to believe what they can't make sense of. People always want to be fearful and negative of what they can't explain and of what doesn't make sense to them. That's why so many martyrs were killed, because what do most people do when they can't make sense of something or don't understand something? They attack it. So anyway, I've given you what I did. I've given you a little insight, into like what led me to develop the abilities that I have. I didn't go as far as to explain the whole merging with my higher self. That's a whole nother story. They're like, that's a whole nother full video, which I've talked about many times before. But I've given you something that you can take and you can practice and that can help you open up. Okay, here's the thing. If you go to my website and you sign up for that course, it's only $25, and along with it, what's included is 2 free coaching sessions, so that as you're going along and you're practicing, we'll be able to do a coaching session, so I'll be able to help you. I'll be able to see like kind of where you're at, how you're doing, so that we can kind of tweak things if we need to. And also included with the course is also my book, How to Awaken and Develop Your Psychic Self. So I try to, in that course, not only give you the course, but give you everything you need to be successful. And many other people have taken the course and have been successful, those who are willing to do the work. So, hey, even if you only got an hour a day to give your time, you got enough time to do this. So don't think just because you're working like a full-time job and you got kids and you got a significant other, don't think that you don't have the time to do this. You can do this. Even if literally you're that busy, I can tell you how you can achieve what you need to, even with how busy you are. So go over to my website, sherryspeaks.com, if you'd like to, and sign up for that course. If you scroll down on the nav menu, you'll see it. You'll see it says Psychic Development Course. Anyway, I thank you for listening, and I appreciate you. Like I said, if you're looking for me, go to sherryspeaks.com, and don't forget, like the video, and please subscribe. It excites my son. He gets all excited and he'll come to me. He'll be like, you have such and such a subscribers now, because he plays YouTube and PlayStation. So he does live streaming, and he's starting to get into that. So he gets all excited when stuff like that happens. So please help me out and subscribe. Please like the video. And I appreciate you. Now, have a good day or a good evening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.